Here we go. Hello everyone, welcome to the Clan Viki 4v4 Cup tournament. Starting off on Market Square, it's going to be yours' team versus Razamain's team, which I think yours' team is called Let's Gore, and Razamain's team will be known as Emperor. I'll have to double check on that. I'm still going through the motions. It's the first game, so you've got to give me a little bit of slack. I will be solo casting this for the foreseeable time, and we are on War 3 Arena, so you might notice that the camera angle does look a little bit more odd. It's upscaled resolution to 16:9, so essentially it's widescreen. What Warcraft 3 looks like widescreen. It looks really weird to me because I spent a lot of time on Battle.net, so I'm going to take a while to get used to it, and I'm sure you're going to be taking a while to get used to it as well. So here we go. The players are set. Probably would be best for me, for you guys, to put on set ally color. So that way we can clearly see on the minimap right now where the players are and who they are. Because let's start off with, okay, what a name to start off with. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's just call him Numbers. Numbers, Razamain, just, hang on a second. Just another orc. Mr. Winner, well, he can't lose. First is Look Around, which I believe is yours. Although, hang on a second. No, that's Hawk. Oh, God. I need to do a straw poll so you can place your bets, but yeah, that's Hawk. He's like #1, I think, on War 3 Arena, so that's 1 versus 1 at least, but still, he's crazy good. Hala, which sounds offensive, but I feel like that's the easiest way to refer to him. Yours, playing as Night Elf, even though he's normally a human player, but of course he's, you know, skilled enough to try other races and make it work. And Nafaut. Okay, so with that in mind, whilst the players sort of build up and the game gets underway, I shall maybe create that straw poll real quick if I have a chance to do it. Alright. Every time I want to go into my Alt tab, I've got to unfortunately press Alt and all of that. Who will win? I will just do it. I'll just say round 1. Technically, it might not necessarily be round 1, and there's not always a guarantee of what games I'm going to be covering. Okay, so I will literally just say Team Yours, because you know that, versus Team Razamain, just in case I did get the team names wrong, but that's so it's more obvious for you guys. Let's put that straw poll in the chat. Sorry about this. I'm doing this as quick as possible. Boom! Okay. That's in there now, so I can start covering the action. So over on the top left side of the map, we've of course got Hawk putting a lot of pressure on Mr. Winner, who's not doing so well. Mr. Winner's going to need some help because those militia are going down, and every single one of those that goes down is going to cause much more damage to his economy, especially as a human player. It's not very good at all. So Look Around is just poking away with the Archmage Water Elemental, going to dive out of this, but be blocked by Hala. So take that. Mr. Winner gets the experience if he actually had a hero, which I can't see. Nope, it's not even out yet. Paladin, you missed out on that precious water elemental experience. Oh no, this is not good. Just another orc coming in here to back up though. It's going straight. No, wait, what's he doing? No. He wants the footman, but he just about misses out. Oh, never mind. The Priest of the Moon picks that one off, I think. And that just about keeps Mr. Winner still in the game. Over at the bottom right-hand side of here, we've got some nice harass from Nafaut with his little skeleton warrior. Just trying to give the Wisp a little bit of a troublesome time. That's a very effective thing to do against Night Elf, is to simply send like a melee unit, a footman, a ghoul, a skeleton warrior, whatever it might be, just to poke at the Wisps, make them soak up the moon wells as well as possibly get a kill. So these guys are fighting back. This is an interesting combination of heroes we've got going here. Blade Master is great in 1 versus 1. Not always seen in 4 versus 4 RT. Don't get me wrong, he can still get away with murder if he gets to that stage. The Paladin will do his best to keep him in the game, but right now I think he's struggling just to get outside of this base. The block is pretty strong, but the Tauren Chieftain coming out here in a bit of trouble. He looks like he's on the target for the Blade Master, so Priestess of the Moon is a much more logical choice there. That provides an awesome aura, the Priestess of the Moon. That's a true shot aura, and what that will do is that will give a bonus damage to ranged units. There's lots. Speaking of which, you've got yours down here with his Priestess of the Moon and giving bonus damage to both the Huntress and the Crypt Fiends, because technically Huntresses are range units, even though they're sort of like closer to melee. They've got like 350 range, which is very short, but still long enough to be range units. Oh, what is this going on here? They are going for it. They are actually going to attempt the middle, which is definitely different to see. I think I might go on to the next ally colour mode here, actually. I would test around with it. I mean, we can see the different players, I suppose, if I keep... Here's the different ally colour modes. Let's see if they're all the same colour. And I think I'm going to try to keep it this way. It's going to be a bit more odd for me at the start of the game, but as the game progresses, I get more used to who each player is and all the colours, because casting 4 versus 4, that's 8 players you've got to keep an eye on, and it's the first time I've just come across them, so for the most part. So we're starting off with quite an interesting game. And Market Square is such an awesome map to start off with. I'll let you guys know what all the map pool is going to be. Oh my goodness, Mr. Winner. Come on, hang in there, fella. That Hawk does not like you very much. Wrong teams. TouristAttraction versus Pornostars. Wow. Okay. So, how comes yours didn't have... that's what I thought. That's why I wanted to say Team Yours versus Team Razaman, just in case I did get the names wrong. You're absolutely right there. Thank you very much for letting me know. I'll have to definitely do my research as soon as this game is over, because it's all been... Go, go, go. I have been working this morning since 6:30, and this tournament started at 4:30 PM for me, so been up a while, and I've only just really managed to get back into this after I've had my grub, and I'm good to go. So we're starting off with the first game. Okay, so Hawk in a solid position, especially with the defend. He can sit here for quite a while, and he knows how to play. If he can get that level 2 Archmage, it's going to be brilliant Sora, allowing him a bit more... Oh my goodness, now his buddy's coming in here. Oh dear. Mr. Winner is just having the worst time, isn't he? Down here at the bottom right, yours' team has actually been compromised. So at least something's going well for... Well, actually, I don't even know which team. We've got TouristAttraction versus Pornostars. Am I right to assume that yours' team is probably going to be called Pornostars, simply because I would assume they'd be slightly more egotistic in that sense? Oh, look at that block. Gorgeous. A couple of free headhunters. Thank you very much. So the comeback is starting to take effect. But Mr. Winner, props up to him. Just about staying alive with a very small human economy. That arcane tower is still hanging in there. Hawk's got a more interesting base design. That almost looks like a campaign level, to be quite frank with you. But it seems to be working since he's still alive. The amount of pressure he's been putting on, though... Let's see if he can deal with this pressure. Okay, so we got look around. Oh, numbers is coming in here. He's going to lose a Huntress. The defend footmen aren't going to defend very well versus Glaives. And now just another Orc is making his move. And he's never liked those footmen. And he's putting more pressure on them. Level 3 Blade Master, not too shabby. I wonder if he went with level 2 crit just simply for this purpose of the sake that it's got no Windwalks available. Okay, Nefal in a fantastic undead imbalance position, with all of those fiends arcing out for some awesome DPS. Oh, this is getting crazy right now. I think for your sake, actually, it's probably better to do the full team colours. Just looking at that, in that sample, it makes it much clearer who is who. Because when everyone is mixed amongst each other, yeah, it's definitely better to have everyone on the same colour from a casting point of view as well as a viewer point of view. If I'm wrong, let me know, and in 5 minutes' time, I will respond back to you. So we'll have to have a look. But yeah, that makes it much clearer, I think. This is the best way to go for it. So, that is a good point. Yours' team, they do have undead imbalance on their side. And with the Priestess of the Moon aura pumping up, it's going to get pretty crazy. Level 3 for yours, so that could be level 2 Priestess of the Moon aura, which I have to assume it is. This is a lot of... This is so awkward right now. You got they're all mixed up. You got pink over here, you got yellow over here. Oh, that's a lot of headhunters though. This is such... Well, the pressure coming in here from yours' team is basically starting to escalate to such a snowball effect, as you can see. Just so many players bringing down. Oh, okay, I'm gonna have to do that, am I? Alrighty. Well, that's Matakos. Unfortunately, he is the scum of the internet, so try to ignore that as best as possible. For some reason, he's still been doing that, so he clearly has absolutely no life, considering this is like 2 months later. Right, got a little bit of a interesting back and forth between this. No, you will not have this expansion, I say. Let's have a look at the players now. So, Mr. Winner, I think, to be honest, as long as he's still got a freaking base, he's doing well. I wouldn't expect him to have much of a particular interest in tech. Now, over here, we got the Blade Master from Just Another Orc coming back after he obviously went down. Got Spirit Lodge and Barracks. So what are we expecting to see? So it looks like Spirit Walkers and Troll Witch Doctors, which are both fantastic. That's a lot of stasis traps. So they're really banking on this awesome defense over here by the Fountain of Mana and Fountain of Health, which is quite clever. But these players might be engaging from underneath, or they could just be going straight to the expansion, which would be much more logical, because that is an open expansion with very little defense. And in comes Numbers, aware of this, keeping an eye. So we still got the Spirit Walkers, the Lodge. Now we got Taurens from Razorman, bringing in Headhunters as well. That have converted into Berserkers. And just mass Huntresses. You'll see this a lot in team games, really, with Night Elf. Is strangely enough, in 1 versus 1, Huntresses are just not really looked upon as a great unit. But in team games, Night Elves will pretty much just go Princess of the Moon and mass Huntresses, whether it's 2 versus 2, 3 versus 3, or 4 versus 4. Not so much in my 4 versus 4 RT games, but in more pre-made, arranged style games where every player is doing their part, you're going to see Huntresses more. Basically because they serve as a blocking unit. They're just a bit chunky, they do, you know, sort of like take a fair bit of damage, and they just block the path for the greater air range units at the back. Wow, this range over here. So we've got all of this going on over there. I'll just try to show you as much action as possible. I'm kind of glad we're watching this in Warfare Arena, because having the fission, the greater fission back, is going to really go a long way. I love the pickup item there. The Ice Revenant is actually a very respectable one. Mr. Winner, once again going down. This is just getting worse and worse for Team Pink. I'm going to call them Team Pink and Team Yellow for now. I wonder if I should do that for all of them, because you guys aren't always going to know what the names are. Even if I do state it right at the start, you're going to pretty quickly forget, so it might be quicker just to refer to them as their colours. You guys let me know in the chat section below what you want to see in the future games. This is my first game going into this, so I'm going to be a bit rusty. I do apologise for any of that rustiness, but right now this is just a chase fest, as it's a snowball. It is a snowball. It is the snowball effect. It's just rolling and rolling, and people are getting crushed right now. Numbers, so many Huntresses, only so many can be gone. But down goes the expansion. That's going to be less Huntresses from you, Numbers. So you're going to have, well, it's going to be easier arithmetic for him, as he only needs to work with single digits, I think, in the near future, because he ain't going to have many double-digit units. Not food count, that's for sure. So I would love if I had some tabs or something like that that would show me all of the teams and how many units they had, but unfortunately I have to kind of do it the hard way. Well, I'm just going to have to click on their units and basically look at the top right. If you look at the top right here, you can see the food count, the amount of resources they've got up here, and the player name, so you'll be able to understand a little easier. So just another orc here. 34 food right now versus Nafalt. 56 food, feeling comfortable. Razorman, 47 food, yours with the 50 food. Not many players are going to go over the 50 food mark until, well, they feel much more comfortable to do so, or they've got expansions that can support it. And in a ranged Team 4 versus 4 RT games, you're much less likely to be able to secure an expansion, simply because people are going to be communicating. This guy's got an expansion, this guy's got an expansion, so we need to keep an eye on that. Wow, Mountain Giants. That's an awesome unit, and of course, yours would be smart enough to take a staff just to make sure that he does not lose an awesome unit like that. In situations like this, that is actually a great unit. Not many times will a Mountain Giant do much for you, because in typical 4 versus 4 random team games on the ladder, many people go Frostworms and Shims, and Mountain Giants don't really counter those very well, but in more specific pre-made team games like this, you're going to see much more sort of grounded units, and Mountain Giants will come in fantastic. Wow, that is a fantastic impale there. The stomp straight away there from Halal just got crazy with that, didn't he? He was like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing. But here we go. We got one heck of an epic battle going on. Razorman throwing down multiple hidden wards, which are being picked off by the enemy team very smartly, so we want to reduce the amount of healing that the Razorman team is getting. More Mountain Giants coming in there. So many units all blocked in together. This looks like such a fantastic arc, though, for Team Yours and Hawk. And just seriously, come on now. Look at that range. Look at the giant blue aura from that Priestess of the Moon. That is not messing around. That's a lot of extra damage on those fiends, berserkers, huntresses, even frickin' sorks. And mortars, of course. Yep, looks like numbers is out. Mr. Winner finally gave up. His base taken out by hawks. Peasants right at the end there as a last mana bad mana move. Fantastic. Okay, so we can see the scores here quite clearly. A little bit snowbally. But it is, of course, our first round and a fun game to start off with. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this and stay tuned for more.